Hey everyone. So, I just finished watching Avengers Endgame, had my lunch, and now I'm making this video. And just to prove that I actually saw it, there you go. Just a little action figure for that comes with your Avengers Infinite or Endgame cup that I got. That has Thanos on it, and that's it. So first things first, this is the part of the video that's not spoiling anything at all. One, there are no end scene credits at all. All there is a noise at the end of the credits, which I won't say what it is because I really don't know what its significance is of it and what it may be referencing to or hinting to. So it's what I'm saying is not really spoiling because you don't know what the noise is. So if you want to go and check it out, and then you can maybe tell me what it is, then or what it's referencing to, or something like that, then all awesome. And two, it's a great movie. You should go see it. I feel like it pays off so much for in movie references of the past and some comic book references of the past. Now, I'm not saying when I say the comic book of the past, I'm talking about not talking about back 60s or something like that. I'm talking about more recent stuff because there's a part in one of the comics that made people not happy about a certain character that they kind of hinted in this movie as just we know about this type of a thing. So anyways, now this is going to be going into spoilers type zone. So if you do not want to be spoiled, this is where you stop watching and go see the movie, come back, and then you can decide whether you want to continue on watching or not. So now you're either one of the few people, a type of people. One, you've already seen it and you don't care what I say. Two, you want to hear what I say and don't care if I spoil anything. Or three, you for some weird reason didn't hear me when I told you that this is going to be a spoiler zone type video after this point, and you're just being an idiot. So here it goes. Now, first things first, before I even say anything, I feel like with certain characters, they paid things off brilliantly. Now, we got a overweight Thor in this movie, which was okay up until a point. I feel like by the end of it, he should have been back to skinny Thor, or muscular Thor, and I'm kind of surprised that he ended up with the long hair again. Just due to the fact that I remember hearing that Chris Hemsworth didn't like the wig and didn't want liked it better when in Thor Ragnarok. So there's that. Also, I forget whether it happened in, I think it was Captain America Winter Soldier, where Captain America goes into a elevator with a whole bunch of Hydra agents and ends up having to fight his way out. And they make reference to that because those exact same people that he had to fight, except for one, which they added, were Hydra agents, and they were able to get Captain America was able to get the Tesseract back by saying "Hell Hydra," which I thought was hilarious because it's a reference to a comic book series where Captain America ended up becoming part of Hydra. Now, I don't know whether that was like he was a secret agent to infiltrate the Hydra group or what, but anyways, um, I love how, and this is a huge spoiler, so warning right now, when at the end of the movie where Iron Man ends up stealing the what's it called, the Infinity Stones at the very end, uh, because at first Thanos snaps again and you're like, oh crap, and then you realize that he does. They show you that he doesn't have the stones on his on the gauntlet, and then you realize that Iron Man has it, and he references his I think it was the first Iron Man, where he says I am Iron Man, and then he snaps his fingers, and I think that was a brilliant way for him to go, um, and I love that. I love how they were able to bring Pepper Potts into this, uh, the fight. At the very end, and I love how they use Doctor Strange to bring the waves of uh, people from the Wakanda area to the different planets and stuff like that. I thought that was cool. Um, it was sad to see Iron Man go, but it was a great payoff for his character, just due to the fact that he's the one who started the Marvel universe. So it was very touching to see that. I didn't see the whole Captain America thing coming, because at one point, after Iron Man snaps his finger and all the bad guys that were in that area started turning to dust, at one point I thought, before Thanos turned into dust or ash or whatever you want to say, um, I thought he was going to do one last thing, like kill Captain America. And I was like, because I was saying to myself, don't go near him, don't go near him, don't go near him. And he ended up turning into dust or ash or whatever. And I thought another great payoff from Avengers Age of Ultron was there was a whole tease of, can you lift Thor's hammer? And Captain America does that in the end, and I thought that was brilliant. And I thought that was a great payoff because people were cheering, people were loving it. I loved it. I thought it was great, and there was a funny joke where Captain America had the new hammer or battle axe, or whatever you call it, and Thor had his original hammer, and then Thor is like, "Give me that. You get the small one, I get the big one," which I thought was kind of funny. And and they do set things up um for like the next time, for like future movies, because there is gonna be a fourth Thor movie. There is gonna be a third Guardians of the Galaxy movie, or as Guardians of the Galaxy movie, whichever way you see it. I do feel like with Spider-Man that they have to when they do have Far From Home, they do have. I feel like they have to go back to where the Spider-Man Homecoming ended, and then they have to at least and then go after Endgame to explain things, because like, how does Aunt May get over the fact that Spider-Man is Spider-Man, or Peter Parker is Spider-Man? So, and I do love how Captain America ends up coming back in the end as old man Captain America, because he ends up taking back the Infinity Stones, and uh, has a happy ending with Peggy Carter. So I thought that was brilliant. I love that, and I love how he gave the shield to Falcon and he became the new Captain America, which I feel like it was a 50-50 toss up between Falcon and Bucky, but I think that they did a half decent. I would have been fine with either, to be honest. Um, and I do like how Thor gave the reins to Valkyrie in the end of who was gonna be the leader or a queen or king of the Asgardian people. So I thought that was cool. I love the Hulk in this version of the Hulk. At one point, I thought we were gonna get Red Hulk with when he had the Infinity Gauntlet, or the Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet, because the other gauntlet was destroyed. But yeah. So overall, awesome movie. I would say one of the best Avenger movies, if not the best Avengers movie. I would say definitely better than Infinity War. Yeah, actually, I would say it's the best Avengers movie. Now, best Marvel movie? No. In the Marvel universe? No. But I would do say it's one of the best. Like, I would say probably top 5 for sure. Yeah, I think that's about it. I am kind of sad with the Black Widow character because she sacrificed herself for the Soul Stone. But the thing that I got to question though is, how are they gonna do a Black Widow movie if she's dead, or his character is dead? It just doesn't make any sense unless they're doing an origin story. Now, if they're doing an origin story, then that makes sense and whatever. But so there's at least 4 characters that 2 out of the 4 are dead, and the other 2 are either not coming back or may not be as relevant for the next phase 4 of the Marvel Universe. I love the Stanley cameo back in the 70s, because they made him look like 70s Stanley, because he was big back then. That's where he went from being a weekly guy for like the magazine to like the guy for Marvel. And I love the cameos for going from Natalie Portman to Thor's mother to Iron Man's father to Peggy Carter. All that amazing, top to bottom. Can't really complain about anything. I even liked young Michael Douglas for the movie. I do feel like it was a little long. Like, they could have cut a few things here and there just to shorten it. But overall, amazing. To be honest, I didn't feel like 3 hours and a minute or 3 hours and 2 minutes. It just felt like an amazing movie, an amazing ride. So, whenever you watch this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And go see Avengers and Endgame if you haven't seen it. And if you have, then maybe go see it again if you can afford it. So whenever you watch this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and see you all Sunday, I guess. Bye.